if you read the books or PDFs I have provided you, so maybe you have some questions because you may not understand some parts. Okay? Or it seems that you understood everything.
Yes, sir, we understand.
Okay. If you understood everything, then I should start a new topic, right? And I hope you all are well. So let's start today. In the last class, basically, I have explained what is modulation and what is the necessity of modulation. That is why we need to modulate a signal in communication system. Okay, you already knew it. Why we need to
Sir,
modulate? Yes, Sujan,
sir, again for modulation, sir.
you have a question?
Yes, sir, 16.2.
Okay, please. What's your question? Continue.
Sir, there's no question, sir, but just more explanation about modulation, sir, in 16.2, sir.
I'm not getting you. Please.
Sir, there's no question with me. So, I'm saying with you, the modulation, give me some more explanation in the 16.2 modulation in here.
Let's first explain. Okay, then I will answer a question. Okay, or
Okay.
you can write down it because there's option of chat. You see in the chat box, there is option of chat. You can write down the question. I will see and I will answer it.
Okay, okay, sir.
Have you found it? The chat option. You can write your question. Okay, you can write down your question in the chat option, and I will see and I will answer it in the later on.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if you have any question, all of you can write it in the chat box. Okay, in the last class, I have explained basically what is the necessity of modulation or why we need to modulate a signal. And I have already explained how. Maybe there are basically three reasons: the practical antenna length, that means if you do not modulate a signal before transmitting, you need a antenna length of maybe 3, 4, or 5, or 6, or 10 kilometer length. But if you modulate a signal, you may need an antenna length of very less than 1 meter. Okay, you may need an antenna length of 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter. So basically, for reducing the antenna length, we need to modulate a signal. And there are another options also. See, operating range. That means if you do not modulate a signal, your operating range will be very less. That means we know the less the frequency of signal, the less energy of it. So the or the low power energy signal cannot be transmitted further distances. That means if you transmit a signal without modulation, the signal will not travel for far distances. It will decay. The signal will decay after traveling some distances. It may be a very little distances. That means you cannot transmit your signal thousands of kilometers without modulation. And the third option, there is wireless communication. That means if you think about wireless communication, you must modulate your signal because wireless communication means radiation of your audio signal or radiation of your transmitting signal. And radiation means you need an antenna, and whenever you need an antenna, you must modulate a signal because you need to transmit a high frequency signal so that your antenna length required is low. So this is the main three reasons why we need to modulate a signal: reducing antenna length, increasing our operating range, and for wireless communication. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can ask me in your question by chat box. I didn't get any. So explain only information on this. Yes. Okay, sir, just explain only for modulation only 16.2. What what does it mean? I didn't get you.
Sir, already understand, sir.
Yes.
Already understand, sir. You already explained for
Okay.
modulation.
Okay. 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 The types of modulation. Okay. There are basically two types of modulation. There are analog modulation and digital modulation. And we are classifying here now analog modulation. We will study digital modulation later on, but we will discuss only analog modulation. That means there are three types of analog modulation: amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation. So let's start. What is amplitude modulation? Yeah, we already know what the modulation means, the mixing of audio signal and carrier signal. And if you define your amplitude modulation, that means when the amplitude of a carrier signal is changed according to the intensity of the audio signal, is that that process is known as amplitude modulation. That means we'll mix here the two signals, audio signal and carrier signal will be mixed. Okay, I will mute you all. If you have any question, then you write in chat box because there are so much noise. That means you need to combine the two signals, audio signal and the carrier signal, into one signal. So this signal is basically known as an audio signal or modulating signal. You can only tell this signal is your modulating signal, the low frequency signal. That means the signal you want to transmit from the transmitting end to the receiving end. It may be a picture, it may be your voice, because I have already told you our audio signal or voice, it ranges from 300 hertz to 3400 hertz. So it's a low frequency signal. It can be called as an original signal or it can be called as a modulating signal. And this is our carrier signal. You will get this signal from the oscillator or function generator, and by the process of modulation or by using a modulator circuit, you have to combine these two signals into one signal. So this is the combined signal. This is the combined signal. This signal is known as modulated wave. Okay, this signal is known as modulated wave. You see AM wave. That means amplitude modulated wave. So how this signal forms from these two? How this amplitude modulated wave forms from these two signals? That means from audio signal and carrier signal. Basically, amplitude modulation means you have to change the amplitude of carrier wave. You have to change the amplitude of carrier wave according to the intensity or according to the amplitude of the audio signal. The frequency and the phase of this carrier signal remains constant. Suppose the frequency of this carrier signal is 600 kilohertz. So the frequency of this amplitude modulated wave will also be 600 kilohertz, because the frequency of this carrier and the frequency of this modulated wave will remain same. Only the amplitude of this carrier signal will be changed. You see, the amplitude of this carrier signal and the amplitude of this modulated wave is not same, because amplitude of this carrier signal is changing all the time. Is changing all the time with respect to time according to the intensity of this audio signal or modulating signal or original signal. So if you increase the amplitude of this or original signal, then the amplitude of this modulated wave will also increase. If you decrease this amplitude of this original signal, the amplitude of this modulated wave will decrease, because or in other words, you can say the amplitude variations, how much will be varied, how much amplitude will vary of this carrier signal, how much amplitude will vary of this carrier signal. It depends on the amplitude of this audio signal. Okay, so if you increase this amplitude value, it will change, the amplitude of the scalar signal will vary more. If you decrease the amplitude of audio signal, the amplitude variations of the scalar signal will be less. And you see, you see the amplitude variations occurs in both the positive cycle and in the negative cycle in the same way. That means the shape, the same shape. There is a positive in the positive portion, and in the negative portion the same shape. Is because you see, suppose takes a consider a very small amount of signal, just of this amount of signal. Okay, just this amount of signal takes just this amount of signal. So for this amount of signal, as its frequency is very less, so its time period is very, more, because we only know capital T time period is equal to 1 by f. So its time period is very more. So if you take this amount of signal, let's 0.25 second. If you set time in this x direction time, so let's take the 0.25 second or this amount of signal. So in this amount of signal, in this amount of time, your amplitude of the modulating signal is increasing. Amplitude of the modulating signal is increasing. So whenever the amplitude of modulating signal is increasing, the amplitude of the scalar signal will also be increasing. And as the frequency of the scalar signal is more, so its time period is very less. Or in other words, you can say in 0.25 second there will be more complete vibrations. There will be more complete vibrations. That means I mean to say, for one complete vibration of audio signal, there will be more. There will be more and more complete vibrations. Or in other words, you can say for just this portion, that means amplitude is increasing and becomes the peak. So for this portion, there will be more complete vibrations. That's why there will be more positive cycle, there will be more negative cycle, there will be more positive cycle, there will be more negative cycle. So the positive cycle will also increase its magnitude, the negative cycle will also increase its magnitude just up to this portion of time. Again, when your amplitude is decreasing, when your amplitude starts decreasing of audio signal, then the amplitude of the scalar signal again starts decreasing. You see, first the amplitude starts increasing, and when the amplitude of your audio signal starts decreasing, the amplitude of your carrier signal will also start decreasing. So that's why if you observe the amplitude modulated wave, you will see that sometimes your amplitude is increasing, sometimes you will see that your amplitude is decreasing, and there will be some point where there will be no variation of amplitude. There will be some point where there will be no variation of amplitude. That point is your this point. That means when the signal amplitude is zero, at the time there will be no variation of amplitude. So that's how this carrier signal is changed to this amplitude modulated wave on the basis of your audio signal. Okay. So this is known as modulation. That means this signal is the mixing or combination of your audio signal and the carrier signal. And you see, the more the amplitude of your audio signal, the more the variation of your amplitude of carrier signal. The less the amplitude of your audio signal, the less will be variations of amplitude. And again, if you see the how fast these change variations occur, you see there is a increasing, again decreasing, again increasing, again decreasing. So how fast this increasing and decreasing will occur, it depends on the frequency of this original signal. Because if you increases the frequency of the audio signal, the amplitude variations, that means the peak point and the lowest point, the peak point and the lowest point, so there is a so this change of variations will be faster. Okay, this change of variations will be closer if you increases the frequency of this audio signal. Again, if you decrease the frequency of this audio signal, the amplitude variations will be occur at a it will occur less in a time period. or you can say, you see it depends. It is indicated in this point. The amplitude variations of the carrier wave. You see this point. Just carefully have a look. The amplitude of the carrier wave changes according to the intensity of the audio signal. You know it. And second, the amplitude variations of the carrier wave is at the signal frequency fs. That is how fast or how slow the amplitude will vary. How fast? That is how fast it will go proper. How fast it will go at the lowest point. Again, how fast it will go at the top, or how slow it will go at the top. Or this depends on the frequency of this audio signal. And on point, the frequency of the amplitude modulated wave remains the same when the frequency of, you know it, that is the frequency of this carrier signal and the frequency of this modulated wave remains same. And when the signal amplitude is 0, that means this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, at the time there will be no variations. So this is the amplitude modulation, as we are changing the amplitude of this carrier signal. Okay, let's now come modulation factor. It's an important factor or an important term in terms of communication. Okay, this modulation, from the modulation factor, you can say how much a carrier signal is modulated, how much amount you can say, or how much is strong, or how much how strongly you modulate a signal. You can say it from the modulation factor. So modulation factor is nothing but the ratio of the amplitude of audio signal and the amplitude of carrier signal. In other words, like in your books, there is a modulation factor M is equal to amplitude change of carrier signal and normal carrier amplitude, or that means unmodulated amplitude. So amplitude change of carrier wave, you can say, equal to the amplitude of your audio signal, because how much change of amplitude occur in a carrier signal, it will be equal to the amplitude of the audio signal. Okay, listen again. How much change of amplitude will occur for a carrier signal? It will be equal to the amplitude of the original signal or modulating signal. So that means amplitude change of a carrier wave in a amplitude modulation will be equal to the amplitude of the modulating or original signal. So modulation factor M is equal to, you can say, in the numerator part, amplitude of audio signal, in the denominator part, the amplitude of your carrier signal. So let's take an example. Okay, let's consider when a signal amplitude is 0, the carrier wave is not modulated, because already I have explained it. Because at this point, that means when this signal amplitude is 0, at this point, 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 when this signal amplitude is 0, there will be no modulation. So there will be modulation, there will be no modulation factor also. At that time, the modulation factor will be 0, because here the amplitude of your audio signal is 0. That means there will be no amplitude change of carrier wave. So your modulation factor becomes 0. So let's take another example. Okay. Example 2, when a signal amplitude is equal to the carrier amplitude. That means you are taking a signal, that is the audio signal or the original signal, and the carrier signal have the same amplitude value. So what will be the modulation factor at that time? You see that at the time your modulation, at the time your amplitude of the modulated wave will vary from 0 to twice A. If A is the amplitude of your carrier signal and A is the amplitude of your modulating signal. So the amplitude of modulated wave will vary from 0 to twice A. And what will be the amplitude change of the carrier? The carrier itself has amplitude of A amount, and the amplitude of audio signal also have A. So the change of amplitude will occur twice A, minus A, or A. That is, A amount of amplitude will be changed for that carrier wave. Okay. So modulation factor, amplitude change of carrier divided by amplitude of normal carrier. In other words, you can say in the numerator, the amplitude of audio signal or amplitude of original signal or amplitude of modulating signal, same thing, divided by amplitude of normal carrier. That means both have the same amplitude. Both the audio signal and the carrier signal have the same amplitude. So in this case, you can say 1 or 100%. That means your signal is 100% modulated in this case. Like this, you can take another example. You can take when the signal amplitude is 1/2 the carrier amplitude. That means you have a carrier signal amplitude is more. So at the time, your amplitude of the modulated wave can vary from 0 to 1.5 A. Or in other words, you can say the amplitude change of carrier will be 0.5 A, as the amplitude of your original signal is half of the carrier signal. So in this case, your modulation factor will be 50%. Or in other words, you can say modulation factor is 0.5. Similarly, there are some other examples are given. Actually, there are three types of modulation, you can say. Uh, Under modulation, that means modulation factor will be less than 1. Critical modulation, your modulation factor will be 1 or 100%, and over modulation, that means your modulation factor will be greater than 1 or greater than 100%. When you will take the audio signal of greater amplitude than the carrier amplitude, then it will be your over modulation. And if you take the both the amplitude same, that means audio signal amplitude and the carrier signal amplitude same, at the time it will be critically modulated. And if you take the carrier signal of higher amplitude than the audio signal, then it will be under modulation. So if you the more strong, the greater the amp modulation factor, the stronger the modulated wave. The greater the modulation factor, the stronger will be the modulated wave. That means there will be more information, or there will be sufficient information in the modulated wave, because our target is to transmit the audio signal or the modulating signal, no, not to transmit the carrier signal. So that's why there should be sufficient information in the carrier signal of our modulating wave. So that's why your modulation factor should be as large as possible. But one thing you should mind, that means your modulation factor should not be as very large, because at the time your signal will be distorted when demodulating in the receiving end. That means if you take the modulation factor greater than 1, that means if you take the audio signal amplitude greater than your carrier amplitude, at the time your signal may be distorted during the reception in the receiver end, or during demodulation the signal may be distorted. Okay. Everybody, who are listening me?
Yes, sir.
Any question from anyone? No question?
There's no question.
No question. Okay, still now, if you have any question, you can write it in your chat. Okay, let's see another thing. Okay, just observe this modulated wave. Okay, just observe this modulated wave. You can see every modulated wave has its highest amplitude and the lowest amplitude, but the amplitude will not be zero. Okay, the modulated wave amplitude will not be zero, because you know when the amplitude of the carrier, when the amplitude of the audio signal becomes zero, this signal at the time your carrier signal may have some amplitude. So that's why when the amplitude of the audio signal becomes zero, the amplitude of the carrier wave will be equal to the amplitude of this modulated wave. This is a portion of a modulated wave. Okay, this is a portion of a amplitude modulated wave you can say the maximum up to this portion, the maximum value B max, and you can say this is your B mean. Okay, that means maximum amplitude of this amount, minimum amplitude of this amount, and this is your carrier amplitude. This is your this is your audio signal amplitude, ES. ES is here the signal amplitude. Because from this portion to this portion is signal amplitude, and this portion is your carrier amplitude. Okay, this portion is your carrier amplitude. You see, when the signal amplitude becomes 0 at this point, the amplitude of the modulated wave will be same as the carrier amplitude. So this is your carrier amplitude. It is indicated by EC. EC. Okay. One thing you see, ES, that means your signal amplitude is indicated by MEC, because M here the modulation factor. I have already told you the modulation factor is the ratio of amplitude of modulating signal or amplitude of original signal to the amplitude of carrier signal. So in other words, you can say M is equal to ES divided by EC. That is, M modulation factor is equal to ES divided by EC. So from that equation of modulation factor, you can write your ES is equal to MEC. That means M is equal to, basically modulation factor M is equal to ES divided by EC. So from that equation, you can write your ES is equal to M into EC. So in this portion of wave, this amount is your ES, amplitude of your modulating signal. So this ES can be written as MEC, and this is your carrier signal amplitude. And this is the minimum amplitude. That means when the amplitude of this audio signal will decreasing, so the amplitude of the carrier signal may be decreased. So this is the minimum amplitude, and this is the maximum amplitude. You can represent your B max by this equation. Okay, you see here EC. That means what will be your EC amount? Your EC will be B max plus B min divided by 2. That means if you add your B max amount with B mean and later on multiply, later on divide by this summation by 2, you will get your EC. Because from this modulated wave, if you sum your B max and B mean and then divided by 2, you will get your EC. That means amplitude of your carrier wave. You see, EC is equal to B max plus B mean divided by 2. Again, if you subtract your B mean from the B max, if you subtract your B mean from the B max and then divided by 2, you will get your audio signal amplitude here. You will get your audio signal amplitude. So you can write down your ES from this wave, or from this figure. ES is equal to B max minus B min divided by 2. That is, from this figure, after indicating this amount B mean, this amount B max, this is your ES, this is your EC, and from this you can represent your EC of this equation, you can represent your ES of this equation. And you know, from the modulation factor, you can write down M is equal to, or ES is equal to MEC, or you can say M is equal to ES divided by EC. So you have already represented your ES by this formula. You have already represented your EC by this equation. So after simplifying, you can say M is equal to B max minus B min, or B max plus B min. That means if you do not know the amplitude of your carrier signal or audio signal, still now you can determine the modulation factor from this modulated wave. But this equation is for what? We know that this modulation factor M is equal to ES divided by EC. But if you do not know the ES and EC, but if you know the maximum value of your amplitude modulated wave, and if you know the minimum value of your amplitude modulated wave, then by using this formula M is equal to B max minus B min, B max plus B min, you can easily determine the modulation factor of this amplitude modulated wave. And you already know what is the modulation factor. Modulation factor indicates the strength of this amplitude modulated wave. Modulation factor indicates the strength of the modulated wave. There's a let's see just example. The maximum peak-to-peak value of an AM wave is 16 millivolt, and the minimum peak-to-peak voltage is 4 millivolt. Calculate the modulation factor. You have to just use this equation. Okay, that means it is given. It is given here. That means your maximum voltage is 16 millivolt. That means B max is 16 millivolt, and B mean is okay, the peak to peak value is given. That means your maximum peak to peak value is 16 millivolt. So what will be your B max? Your B max will be 8 millivolt. Your peak to peak minimum value is given 4 millivolt. So what will be your peak minimum voltage? 2 millivolt. So 8 millivolt is the B max and B min is the 2 millivolt. So if you calculate the modulation factor, it will be 0.6. That means 60% modulation. Or in other words, you can say it is under modulation. Okay. Everybody clear what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Example 6.2.
Yes? Okay, you can write
Example
down
6.
example 16.2.
Yes, sir. Where from 2?
Basically, your peak to peak value is given. That means from this peak to from this peak, your 16 millivolt is given. But in your equation, you have to use your B max. That means from this zero level to your maximum value, B max. So if from this to this portion is 16 millivolt, what will be your just peak value? Your peak value will be half of this 16 millivolt. That means 8 millivolt. Again, your peak to peak lowest voltage is given as 4 millivolt. That is from this lowest peak to from this lowest peak is 4 millivolt. But you have to take only from 0 to this lowest peak. That means you have to take the lowest peak. So it will be 2. That means you have to divide this 4 millivolt by 2. So from that you get here 2 millivolts. That means you see, observe this equation. You have to take B max. That means from this 0 to peak portion, and B mean from this 0 to this lowest peak. But in the mathematics, it is given as from this peak. That is here B max is given is from this peak to from this peak 6 millivolt. Again here B mean from this lowest peak to from this lowest peak given as 4 millivolt. But you have to take from 0 to this lowest peak, so 2 millivolt. Anybody else? Any question? Nobody have any question? Mohammed, do you
Yes,
understand
sir.
everything?
Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir. But, sir, I have a question.
Please continue. What's your question?
The last class you say modulation is the process of mixing two different waves, right?
Yes.
And today, sir, we add amplitude. And you say amplitude is the mix of audio signal and carrier signal.
Sorry, amplitude is the?
Is the mix of audio signal and carrier signal.
Okay, last class I have told you that this modulation is a mixing of two signals. It is very fine because you see after mixing, that is after audio signal and the carrier signal becomes into one signal, that signal is known as AM wave or amplitude modulated wave.
Yes, sir.
In classical concept, you can say mixing of two signals in classical concept or in general concept for making you understand. But if you say it in technically, in that case, you have to say that we are just incorporating our feature of our amplitude signal into carrier signal. That means we are changing some features of your carrier signal according to the amplitude of the audio signal, so that in the receiving end, by observing the change of amplitude of carrier signal, I can get my, or I can I can get back to my audio signal. That means if I say start, okay, just let me. That means in this signal there will be, in this signal there is two signals. Okay, one is the carrier signal, one is the audio signal. And how I get it? We get it by changing the amplitude of this carrier signal by the amplitude of this audio signal. And you see, this is here basically audio signal. Okay, you see, I'm showing you this signal. This signal just resembles, or this signal is just same that of your audio signal, right? You are seeing, see, both in the positive portion, this signal is basically your audio signal. But how I can get this signal? I am just getting the signal by drawing a curve of the peak point. This peak, this peak, this peak, this peak point, this peak point, this peak point. So I can get my audio signal. I can get my audio signal by observing the change of variations of amplitude. So that's why you can say this is modulation is the combination of two signals, that is audio signal and carrier signal. And as we are changing the amplitude of the carrier signal, that's why we are telling it as an amplitude modulated wave. Later we will explain frequency modulated wave. That time you will say it FM wave, that means frequency modulated wave. But today, as we are changing the amplitude of this carrier wave, that's why it is known as amplitude modulated wave. And as this signal also contains the two signals, because both the carrier signal and both the audio signal is here, that's why you can say the mixing of two signals. Mohammed?
Yes, sir.
You get me?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Anybody else? Any question? Nobody have any question? Okay, if you have no question, then we can conclude today, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, everybody stay fine, stay healthy, keep yourself protected, right?
Yes, sir.
Shujan, collect your roll numbers and inbox me, okay? Shujan, collect your roll numbers and inbox me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, guys, stay fine, stay happy, stay clear also. Okay, Allah
Sir,
Hafiz.
1 minute, sir.
Okay, bolo.
Okay, Allah Hafiz, sir.
Sir, 1 minute.
Okay, okay, 1 minute, ke bollo?
Sir, আমি একটু দেখে নিতেছি কয়জন আছে স্যার 1 মিনিট।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, okay, okay, take your time.
এখন কেটে দিন স্যার।
Okay. Okay, boys, I'm ending my meeting. Stefan.